Welcome back to Medieval Dynasty. We are in the first day of fall. Now, it's kind of a foggy day today, so we're not going to get to really enjoy the view all that much, but that is coming. We are going to gather some resources on our way to go see Alwyn to complete his little story quest that we have been working on where we repaired his water skin. I've really sped this up because otherwise this video was going to be very long. I do apologize for the lapse in Medieval Dynasty videos. There was just a slew of editing to accomplish, and we're going to be getting caught up now. Definitely overdue for a relaxing Medieval Dynasty video. Whoop, more saplings. Absolutely perfect. I would like to avoid the turbo speed as much as I can, but yeah, I'm just trying to minimize the length of the videos. We do accomplish more than just questing in this episode. So we're telling him that we had to get the actual leather. And he says, so you can craft tools and hunt? You are truly amazing. So we're going to give him a little bit of a motivational speech. And that is done for now. All right, we're going to just check out what else we can get into while we are here. We're going to see what Alice would like us to do. She wants some seeds, and I'm going to buy some seeds anyway. So we will go ahead and do that. Let's take a look at what she wants. Cabbage and beetroot seeds. Doable. We are just going to nip over for some seeds here in the barn. And it's kind of embarrassing what ensues from here because my brain cannot function these days. I don't know. I kept thinking I had the amount that I needed, and then I would look and it wasn't enough, and I had to go back and buy more of them. Pretty freaking embarrassing. So we're going to speed this part up a little bit.
See you soon. Greetings, stranger.
It is what it is, you know. This gentleman needs a bucket. At this point in the game, I think it's hard enough to find buckets for ourselves. So we're not going to do that one right now. We're just going to grab Alice here and give her the seeds. And that is another quest completed. So we are really racking up those dynasty points. So with that, we have completed chapter 3 and we are moving on to chapter 4, which requires more hunting.
How is life treating you? Best go-
We're just going to go in here and sell some of our more useless items. I don't really want to say that they're useless. However, at this stage of the game for us, we're not going to be drinking wine or anything, and we can use that coin. So, every time There's not a chic video without a dreaming dog.
How can I help you?
And I hope you all don't mind. So I did go ahead and give him a bucket. Oh my goodness. It's always the same dog. I don't know. I don't... Alright, I will put an end to it. Alright. I have woken up the dog, and we are following through on the quest of the missing rye, I believe it was, and she's saying that she's not going to be able to supply it. There's issues. And we're kind of getting her story. We say marrying an idiot is your problem, basically. So she said, he's supposed to sell one of our cows. I told him specifically the price it should sell for. We need the coins now more than ever. And what did he bring back? A handful of seeds that someone told him were magical. They weren't even seeds. It was rabbit droppings. There's nothing that we can do for her, but she does appreciate being able to talk to us and us being willing to help her. So now we're going to have to carry on and see this story through a little bit more. I really love seeing that dynasty points going up.
How can I help you?
I was going to head back home, and then I decided we should check and see who's available here. And keep in mind, I pre-recorded this. I was having an issue seeing all of their skills, and I thought that they did away with the ability to do that.
Hello.
I do eventually figure out that you can still see their skills. Just getting an idea of who's available here. Gromilda is interesting, but we do not have a house for any more villagers. We need to do some building. But first, we're going to pop into another town. And we're going to see who is around their campfire.
An unfamiliar face. Farewell.
Too old.
How are you?
Again, not doing great at the skill thing, but we do eventually figure it out. I do pick up this gentleman eventually, and I regret it because his skills are not good. So I don't know why I chose to grab him when I did. I guess because I knew I was going to be building a house and I would eventually figure it out. But overall, he was kind of a mistake. He was kind of useless. But we'll get there when we get there. And now that it is fall, there are leaf piles that you can find treasures in. So that's a fun little thing. In the following episodes, we are going to get back to focusing more on our village. And I'm going to do a little tour of the village during fall because it is so pretty. And like I said at the beginning, it's just hard to see in this episode because it's so foggy. So because it was kind of a foggy day too, I'm like, I'm just going to do some of the questing and get that out of the way. But it's already starting to come together. Look at the pretty orchards. And we're going to place another house. I get a little bit stressed with the placement here. It's not ideal. So So now we have our next most important task, which is going to be building and of course, what do you need to be able to build? You need resources. Number one resource being logs, aka wood. So here we go. We are at it again. And of course, when you are me, you get distracted by mushrooms along the way. We are going to try to make quick work of this house because we already invited a gentleman in. It's interesting because at the time of recording this, there's a new map in the game. I have not had a chance to look into it at all, and there's co-op now. I don't have like a lot of gaming friends that I play games with, so that's probably not something that I'm really going to get into, but I would be interested in exploring a new map. That said, like, I already get lost enough on this map, and I know it like the back of my hand, or I should. So we're gonna steal some logs here. But that's one thing about this game that is exceptional. They are like on it. They add so much to this game. And for the most part, it's in like regular intervals. And like I said, when I started this series here, I had a lot of hours in this game already, and I didn't play it for, I don't know, it was probably less than a year, honestly, but I didn't play it for a while, and I came back to like a whole new game. Like, it was so much improved from the last time I played it. I mean, kudos to them, honestly. They do a really good job. So we're going to assign houses and sort out food. For now, we're still doing it this way. We're just putting food directly in. This will not last long. We will start utilizing storage buildings for this type of management stuff. I'm just choosing to do it this way to start with, just because of the order that I'm doing things in. So I'm going to go collect some mushrooms. These are technically like poisonous. A lot of the mushrooms are technically poisonous, especially if you don't cook them. So, but hey, it counts as food, all right? We can assume they're cooking it. I don't know. They're not, because technically your people don't have cooked food until you have a kitchen. So I don't know. But we're going to set all of this because I forgot. You know, leave it to me. Of course I would forget. That's okay though. We're getting a move on it all. I'm going to put in some weapons and tools into the resource storage. And we're going to take a deeper look at this later and ensure that everybody has a stock of what they need. available to them. But at this early game, it's about prioritizing and balancing. So that's what we're currently doing. I'm building all the tools to put into all of the buildings for now. We will have that kind of automated eventually. And check our trap. Got a rabbit. The trap has died. I don't necessarily love that we have like the temporary traps. And there's also a limit to the number of traps you can have out, which I think is silly. But I guess it prevents you from going out and just setting up like 20 rabbit traps and then never having to hunt, I guess. We're just going to do some cosmetic upgrades. And I guess it's not all cosmetic. It is a road, and this is a new home that needs a road, so it's fine. But I've been trying to clean up around the houses and put in decorations and things as we go. I've never gotten to a point in this game where I've decorated my village. And I'm trying to prevent that from happening this time. I don't want to just be building and building and building and then going back and realizing I have no decorations, no room to put them. I'd rather just try to do it as we go along, which is a different way of playing this game for me. I am getting rid of this original orchard I had put out, and we're going for a slightly different vibe. We're going to put another orchard out. We found additional apple seedlings today, so that's really exciting. I'm just kind of thinking about where exactly we're going to put them, and I'm looking at inventory. We have plum tree seedlings. I think it was apples as well, but we only have like 3 plum. Seedlings are very expensive in this game, so finding them is a godsend because we could not afford them this early stage, and they do take years to fully mature and start producing. So finding them during this early game is awesome. It means it's not a far off thing. It's something we can do right away. Where I'm processing the fact that my roads aren't technically straight. They're not technically like north, south, east, west, which means my plots aren't going to be straight if we put them there. So we're going to look at other options without completely redoing the roads right now. Looks like all of our people are heading for some downtime after working all day. That's exciting for them. We're just going to settle here. And honestly, once I finish up with this, that's pretty much it for this day. We're going to map out some other things. We're going to plant plums. I have not had a plum in a very long time. So here I'm looking at everybody's skills and considering switching them around and trying to figure out who is going to do best where. That's going to be an ongoing process as we bring more people in and we find people who are a better fit for certain assignments. I am going to set out a well. And we can automate water. Which will be very helpful. I'm just trying to get it just right. Which can be a challenge in this game. Especially when you're not completely lined up like you should be. But it's fine. You live and you learn, right? We don't need a whole lot for this. We will take care of that really quickly. We need to eat and get some water and probably call it a day as well. But quickly I am going to handle this. This is why I don't work too much in the dark. It can be really hard to see. Even with a torch. Oh, we need more. I'm like contemplating. No, I'm determined to get this well done. Kind of a wasted job in a way. Like, water doesn't do a whole lot to serve us, but we kind of have a useless villager now anyhow, so it's fine. To be honest, the well just looks really nice, so that's the main reason I wanted it. Alright, so everybody's just kind of hanging out now, and we're going to take care of our skills, and then we're going to call this one an episode. I hope that you enjoyed it. We will get a better look at our village here soon, I promise. I did film a nice little walkthrough so we could get kind of a first-person point of view of the village. And during fall as well, because it's honestly very beautiful. It's my favorite season in this game. I love running around in the fall here. It's just very immersive, and I love fall. I live in Ohio, so we see a lot of beautiful changing colors in the fall. It does not last long enough, in my opinion, before the leaves all fall off the trees and ruin it, but I love it. So really, here at the end, it's just cleaning up some last minute management stuff, ensuring we're sharing the wealth. We're also eating ourselves. We don't want to give away everything because we also need to eat and keep up our energy and health. And just taking a look at where we're currently at and what we have. So I'm going to make sure Rasmir eats as well. If I can hit the right keys, of course. Always eat the stuff that's about to go rotten first. I think I just accidentally ate rot. I did. Sorry, Rasmir, you're poisoned. My bad. I completely forgot that I did this. Yeah, I poisoned Rasmir. Not the first time. Probably not going to be the last. St. John's wort takes care of that. So we're going to eat some of that to counteract it. And we are all good. I can imagine that eating rotten meat, which is mostly what the rot is in our inventory, yeah, that would be quite disgusting. So We can now just drink right here out of the well, and that makes it so much easier. I am going to call this one here. I thank you all so much for watching. Please tune in for the next one. Things are really going to start picking up now, and we will see what other exciting things that we can get into. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bye.